So Ben is Back is now in theaters, and this stars Lucas Hedges as the titular character Ben, who is back. He's been in rehab and he's back with his family. Julia Roberts is the mom, and it's essentially Ben being back and in 24 hours how stuff happens. That's all I'm really gonna say because this is a slice of life film. I thought there was gonna be more plot, honestly, going into the film, but right from the beginning, I was like, oh, this is going to be very like real with its portrayal of everything. It's just going to show like how it is during this little bit of time, and the film did that, and I liked it. I liked that whole approach. It gave it a very gritty and real feeling. Like these characters feel real because in this small time frame, you get to see how they react to certain situations, and sometimes how people react is how their actions are then spoken, and that is clearly a character trait. Lucas Hedges is great per usual. I really like Lucas Hedges. I think I've said that enough on this channel, but he is a really good actor. Julia Roberts, my goodness, though. She shows that she is not done. She is not done acting at all. Homecoming, she was great in that TV show. Check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. And this shows that she's not done. Ben is Back. She gave a great performance. Very believable and very emotional. And this film really does get to you. It's not like Requiem for a Dream, which I'm going to say now, one of my all-time favorite movies. It's not like that, though, because it doesn't show the drug depiction at all, really. It really does show it from the mom's perspective as, like, almost an outsider, which kind of leaves us as the outsider and gives us basically room to find out what's going on as the mom does. And I liked that whole approach. Versus, obviously Ben, where he knows everything. So it would be kind of like, oh, well, what's going on? So it was very smart on the scriptwriter's part. And this is definitely a film that relies heavily on the acting, because if you had bad acting, this film would easily fall apart, because again, it's not plot heavy. It's really simple in that aspect. But in my opinion, it's done well. And when you have a film that's acting based and that's great, I love it. As far as negatives go, now, it's funny. I know some people in the theater, when the ending happens, they're like, oh my goodness, like, I hated it. I'm so bad. I wanted to say something. I didn't, though. And here's the reason why. Because I personally think it was a good ending. I don't want to spoil it. I really don't. But I'll tell you what I'll do, guys. I will get into the ending at the very end after I give my rating and everything. But as far as negatives go, I do think that this is a film that it takes a little bit to get going. Obviously it's a slice of life, and sometimes in life that's what happens. But at the same time as watching as a viewer and trying to take everything in, it does take a little bit to get to that point where you kind of understand where the director's coming from. I also do think that there are a couple things that characters do where it's like, oh my goodness, if only you had done this and that, and it's just, it's not annoying. It's just kind of like, wow, like, is this like script writing that's like easy to see through, or is this actual realistic stuff? And it's like, I haven't been in that situation, so I don't know. But Ben is Back for me. It's a good film. Go in it for the performances, and you will be rewarded. Ben is Back. My mistake, is a 4 to 5 star rating film for me, and that is the good old Louisiana hot sauce rating. So, guys, obviously I'm going to say it now. Don't forget the subscription notification bell. But now I'm going to get into the ending. So the ending is, and normally I don't do this, but I want to for this film, just to get it out there. The ending, you see Ben, he overdosed, and, he relapsed. And the mom is, like, comforting him, and the film ends. Now, obviously this isn't the happy ending you want. Yes, he's alive, but he relapsed. This is a realistic ending, because as the film Beautiful Boy showed, relapse is very common. It's unfortunate, and it is hard, on both loved ones and, the actual person itself. And that's why I think it's so important that the ending actually worked for me personally, because it just shows that. It doesn't show that, hey, he can just do it just like that without, like, he doesn't have to do it. Like, I thought it was very interesting with how they showed that, like, he did relapse, because it's just one of those things where he was only 77 days clean. And it just kind of shows that with drugs, that they are very dangerous, clearly. But I think it's important to just take note that just because a film doesn't have a happy ending, and just because a film has to make you think with the ending, doesn't make it a bad film. And that's why Ben is back for me. The ending worked. I think it did a good job of showcasing an ending where it kind of left it up into interpretation, but at the same time was smart with you being able to pick up the pieces of the puzzle into a cohesive narrative, and it worked for me. So Ben is back. That's the ending for me, guys. What did you guys think of the ending? Did you guys not like it? Did you like it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And again, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll get you guys later.